Hey guys, it's Ryan from The Surfer's Journey. In today's lesson of the week, I'm going to analyse a recent surf session and break down some of the key learning points from that session. And guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe now so you can stay up to date with all my latest videos and tutorials. And remember that you can also follow us on Instagram at The Surfer's Journey. But let's get into today's video. So in this surf session, I had one of my good mates out with me, and he's still learning, and this was his first time out the back. So here I was telling him about what we need to look for when we're looking at what waves to catch. To put that into perspective, let's have a look at some point of view footage so we can have a look at exactly what we're looking for. Now when we're out into the surf, ideally we want to take off on the peak of the wave, which would be on this wave right here at its initial breaking point. And you can see we could have gone left or right on this wave, but we can't always be in that perfect position. So where I am now is still good. I'm going to take off close to the white water because that is the steepest section of the wave and it's going to give me the most speed. And when I take off here, it's going to set me up in the best position possible to perform the most critical maneuvers I can with the most speed and power that that wave can give me. So make sure that when you're out in the surf that you're looking to take off on the peak, on the steepest part of the wave, so that you can maximize that wave's potential and get the most speed and power possible. If we take off too far on the shoulder or too deep behind a peak, we're either going to get stuck behind the wave or we're going to be spending our whole time trying to generate speed. Let's identify and learn how to perform some of the key maneuvers of surfing. Here we have the bottom turn. The bottom turn needs to be used every time we set up a maneuver. Now sometimes they'll be bigger, sometimes they'll be shorter, but it just depends on the section that you're presented with. Next, we have snaps. Snaps are shorter, sharper maneuvers, generally performed in the steeper parts of a wave. And carves are longer, more drawn out turns, which are generally performed on slightly fatter sections. We use a blend of extension and compression in our bodies to perform any maneuver. Here you can see me compressing through that turn and then extending through that maneuver and compressing to finish. And here we have a floater or a lip line. Floaters can be used to negotiate steeper sections where a carve or re-entry isn't quite possible. And here you can see me performing a roundhouse cutback. These maneuvers are commonly used where it's fat, so we cut back to the steeper section of the wave to maximize speed and wait for that wave to develop better sections down the line. And when we're approached with steeper sections like this where the lip is actually throwing out, we can perform a re-entry where we put our board up onto the lip of the wave and come back down. And if we want to make that maneuver more critical once again, we can blow the tail or release the fins. And to do this successfully, we need to use timing, speed and aggression to transition our way onto our front leg while we explode our back leg out the back of the wave. And of course, all of these maneuvers can be done on our backhand as well, but we're using slightly different techniques to do this. Now that we've seen those maneuvers performed from the beach, let's have a look at how they look from point of view. When I'm performing a backhand snap, you can see that I'm looking and pointing back to where I want to go. We always look and point to where we want to go. And as I come out of my bottom turn, you can see that my back arm is actually rotating through. The more rotation we get, the more torque will go into our board and the better that turn will become. And remember what we're looking for. We're looking to perform our turns on the steepest, most critical parts of the wave. In doing this, we're going to get more speed, power, and spray. And when we're finished our maneuvers, we want to compress low for more control. I spoke about compression and extension. Here, you can see that I'm going to compress as I enter this maneuver. And as I'm coming out, I'm starting to extend my body. And I throw my front arm up to where I want that board to go. If I want it to go to 12 o'clock, then my arm will go to 12 o'clock. And then we look and rotate back down to the beach to finish that turn. When we want to perform a foam climb, we need to make sure that our front arm, as you can see here, throws to generate lift. You can see right now how that has worked. I'm now up and riding on top of that foam. And that only happened because I threw my front arm up to generate that lift. Let's have a look at some examples on my forehand. You can see that as I enter my bottom turn, I'm compressing low and my back arm is getting down low. But what happens as I exit and extend my body is my front arm comes forward and my back arm actually goes behind my body. This helps generate torque. I then compress low again to enter that cutback and hold my compression until I'm finished that turn, and I start to extend my body at the end. Now once we get more speed and we get a section which is steeper, we can perform a more aggressive maneuver like a snap. And this is where a surfer can help release their back foot as they transition their weight onto their front leg like this. It's a faster, more aggressive maneuver which looks a lot better. And as I came out of that maneuver, I could see I was about to be approached by a steeper section, which was going to be perfect for a fin release re-entry. But I want to make sure my front leg gets above that lip. It's going to help me release the fins better. You can see my weight has transitioned onto my front leg as my back leg extends, and I compress low to finish as I look towards the beach. But all of this depends on the section that you're actually given, the amount of speed you've got, and the turn that you want to perform. It's going to take time and practice to get this right. But now that we know what we need to do and where we need to do it, we'll be able to reach our goals a lot quicker.
Guys, thanks for watching the video today. I hope that some of those key learning points that we've discussed will help your surfing in some way. If you have any other questions about anything in the video, please let me know and I'll make sure I answer you soon. Catch you in the water, guys.
The Surfer's Journey now has a range of apparel available, from beanies to t-shirts to hats and coffee cups. For more information on how you can place your order, email thesurfersjourney@gmail.com. Be sure to visit The Surfer's Journey and check out some of our other videos, surfing tutorials from point of view, from the air and from the beach, and detailed, honest board reviews. You can also follow us on Instagram where we post hints and tips.
Recently I designed our Shield logo, which forms part of our Protector Series range of t-shirts, hoodies and hats. All the profits raised from the sales of these items will be donated to the SAS Resources Fund and the Commando Welfare Trust. These organisations support veterans and their families from the Special Forces units here in Australia. These people have sacrificed greatly for the greater good of our community, and this is my way of trying to give back and say thank you. So the purpose of this is to help raise up our community of like-minded individuals who love to surf and also want to strive to serve the community in the best way they can. That's what this shield represents, that community. Email me at thesurfersjourney@gmail.com to place your order. Thanks guys, together we can make a difference.